Well, when we look at people or any individual who has been marginalized, there's a benefit to that marginalization. I think we'd be fooling ourselves to believe that some of the socially constructed narratives about why some students do well in school and some students don't doesn't fit an agenda. For a school to be considered a great school or school district, they have to be bad school districts. I think that we discount the importance of sociology. In my latest book, Overcoming the Achievement Gap Trap, the last chapter is one I call the liberation mindset. That students who have been historically marginalized, they have to be liberated. They have suffered the mental scars of being told that they're less than, getting messages from our society that they're not as capable, and simply changing funding structures or adding more charter schools won't fix years and years of psychological marginalization. So the liberation mindset has three components to it, and the faculty has to take this very seriously. Number one is we have to reinforce the principle of equality, that no human life is more valuable than another. We have to help those who have been taught that they are less than, that they have the same capacity as anybody else, and then make sure that we change our practices and our structures to scream equality. Things like allowing all students access to advanced courses, providing extra support with high expectations for all kids, monitoring things like academic results, and then celebrating those results when students reach it. The second is responsibility. When a person has been taught that they're not expected to achieve, there's a sort of learned helplessness that comes along with that. And it's perpetuated through our popular culture, through our music, through the mass media. We've heard a lot about Chicago. And when a person hears that narrative over and over again, they tend to believe that it's somebody else's responsibility to change their reality. And that's just not how history has worked. So not only do staffs have to take the responsibility to teach students that they have capacity equal to anybody else, we have to take responsibility for their development. It's not somebody else's responsibility. And then teach the students to be responsible for themselves, because intrinsic motivation is the highest form of motivation. The last component of the mindset is advocacy. If we look at a lot of affluent school districts, they lobby politically pretty hard, and they make sure that policies and funding structures and zoning fit their liking. And what I've noticed is that we don't see a lot of the marginalized school districts at the table, bargaining on behalf of their students, demanding from the business community that they provide opportunities, they provide resources. So three real concrete strategies: reinforcing equality, teaching students responsibility and taking responsibility for them, and advocating outside of our environment that the students deserve a fair shot and that the deck should not be stacked against them. So if we take internal responsibility and we make other people take external responsibility, we have an opportunity to change a trend that has really been the same for over 100 years.